The Biden administration's steadfast support of Israel in its war against Hamas in Gaza has cost him tremendous political capital internationally, according to one high-profile geopolitical commentator. Washington's stated unconditional backing of Israel, politically, financially, and militarily, has been a long-standing pillar of its Middle East foreign policy. When Israel suffered a brutal terrorist attack on October 7 by the Palestinian militant group Hamas that killed some 1,200 people and took more than 240 hostages, Biden flew to the country in a show of solidarity, pledging billions of dollars in military support. The U.S. already provides Israel some $3.1 billion annually in military aid, making it the largest recipient of American foreign aid in the world. But in the ensuing days and weeks, the enormous and disproportionate scale of Palestinian deaths in Gaza caused by Israeli airstrikes and ground offensive operations raised anger in many parts of the world at both Israel and Biden, particularly in the Global South. Protests in major cities, including across Europe and the U.S., in support of Palestinians and demanding a ceasefire have made global headlines. During multiple United Nations General Assembly votes calling for ceasefires, Israel and the U.S. were often the only countries or among a very small minority voting against. Biden is probably as isolated on the global stage, given how close he is to Israel, closest ally of the United States on this issue, as the Russians were when they first invaded Ukraine, which is a shocking thing to say, Ian Bremmer, CEO and founder of the Eurasia Group, told CNBC Tuesday. But it shows just how challenging this war continuing is going to be for U.S. foreign policy. Internationally, numerous leaders and human rights organizations have condemned the U.S. for its continued support of Israel. Biden and other members of his administration, including Vice President Kamala Harris and Secretary of State Antony Blinken, have said that far too many Palestinians have died, and that the way Israel defends itself matters. They have helped broker hostage for prisoner swaps during a fragile week-long truce and urged the allowance of more aid into Gaza. But the administration officials hold to the position that Israel has the right to defend itself, which critics see as continuing to give Israel carte blanche in its military operations. A former Egyptian Foreign Affairs Minister, Nabil Fahmy, said last month that the U.S. is losing a tremendous amount of credibility in the Arab world. The U.S. needs to take a serious look at its role. If it wants to support a stable world order based on rule of law, it has to demand everybody respect international law, whether friend or foe. Fahmy, who served as minister between 2013 and 2014, told CNBC in an interview. Since October,